Welcome to part 17. We are in Tower of the Gods, our next dungeon. And as you can see here, we need the boat for this first big section here because obviously there's water here. And the water occasionally goes up and down, leaving us access to certain rooms at a certain time. And of course, I'm going here to this section first because through the door here will be the dungeon map. And what we have to do is we have to use the crates inside and destroy the cracked walls. And of course we are introduced to the yellow choo-choo, which also produces electricity. And here's the thing, while it's in water, it will shrink to its blob form, which means we cannot hurt it until the water goes down. And when we kill this thing, it will not produce yellow chew jelly. It will either produce red or green. So, yeah. Anyway, folks, getting the dungeon map here, it took me longer than expected. In fact, I spent too much time in this room, so, for the sake of everyone's sanity, I decided to speed things along so we can get out of this room as fast as we can. So enjoy! And we're done. Let's get out of here. And you may have noticed during my speed up of the video, there was another joy pendant in a vase. And it's like the developers can't make up their mind on where they put these joy pendants. I mean, some of them are in treasure chests that we have to go out of our way to get. Others are just in vase or vases or however you want to pronounce them. And others are obviously in the hands of bokoblins, and sometimes I do not get how items are placed in Zelda games. It's just like, they're easy to get here, easy to get there, but I digress. Anyway, what you want to do at this area, take this statue and place it on top of this switch to unseal the door. And inside, we will face yet another yellow choo-choo. You know, it's kind of strange that there is no yellow chew jelly. I mean, honestly, what would yellow chew jelly be? Because we know that red is for healing, green is for magic, blue is for both, and what would be yellow? I could imagine that if there was a yellow chew jelly, it could be like, you know, random effects, you know, like drink one, you only get 1 health, you drink another, you get full health, you drink one, you lose health, that sort of thing. So anyway, down here, take one of these small crates to put on the switch to create this nice old rainbow bridge. Isn't that nice? And just like that, the bridge is gone. But thankfully, the water only lifts the crate right above the switch where we placed it, right above the area where the switch is. So when the water level goes back down, the rainbow bridge will return. And at that point, get to this statue thing right here and take it across. Oh, and that glowing door thing, that means we can open the door as while we are carrying this statue thingy. And of course, place it here in this gazebo area, and it will lower this gate to pretty much allows us to move on. And you'll notice that in this dungeon, there will be a lot of glowy things, a lot of things that have pretty much Tron lines, as it were. And yeah, I mean, this place is kind of odd. I mean, there's a waterfall coming out of a wall's mouth, of a face. Yeah, of a, like, this, yeah. I have no explanation. I don't know who designed this place, either in game development land or in Hyrule. I mean, why am I talking about Hyrule? In the game, who's the architecture? Sometimes architecture for these dungeons are bizarre. Well, it doesn't really matter. I just want to get through them quickly so I can get the goodies and move on. Anyway, right here, you can either take the statues and place them on the switches, or you can just set only one here and stand on the other switch yourself, and that will unseal the door. In this case, I decided to just went ahead and put both statues on the switch. Okie dokie. Now, in this room right here, there are big crates, and we have to arrange them into sort of a bridge to allow us to hop over on the other side, because what we have to do is carry a lit Boko stick from this end to the other and light the torches to get a small key. Simple, right? Well, yeah, it is. A good way to do this is to arrange the blocks so that as you move across, you can just simply jump from block to block to block, and yeah. Of course, you can use the spare crates here to form a little more extended platform if you don't feel comfortable jumping from crate to crate. So yeah. Also, for some reason I kind of derped there because for some reason either it was my fingers or something, I pretty much did not get this arranged fast enough for the water to come up and down, but whatever, it's done. Of course, it's a good idea to wait until the next water rising and level cycle before attempting this, especially because remember, lit Boko sticks only have a limited amount of lighting time before they are put out. Now, I kind of forgot, because in the Deku sticks of previous games, when you light them, if eventually they will burn themselves out. I mean, literally burn away. I don't know if Boko sticks have the same effect, but it doesn't really matter because, as you can see here, as soon as I light these torches, I pretty much get rid of the Boko stick and get out of here. Yeah. It's like how the stick just drop. Anyway, once we get our small key, that's when more of these yellow choo-choos drop. And of course, at this point, I was like, screw this, I'm swinging around you guys, I'm getting out of here. I don't have to deal with this. And of course, once again, I hop over the boat into the water. I hate that. I mean, usually, I believe there. I mean, it's so rare that I actually hopped into the water, but I mean, hopped into the boat. I mean, this game. Anyway, now that we have our small key, we have to go to this other end of the main room, and there are 3 walls we can destroy with bombs. So go ahead and whip out the cannon to blow them up. Boom. Boom. And last but not least, boom. Yeah, I see another one of these faces on the other side. You know, there's one on the left side and one on the right side of the one that's puking out water, as it were. I wonder if there's any significance to that. Anyway, of course, as I try to get out of the water right here, a yellow choo-choo makes a very, very... Ah! See, look at that! See, look at that! Stupid! And of course, it's in water, which means it will not form until it's on dry land. Thankfully, though, this one I will kill right now out of frustration. And thankfully, the one that's in the water will come close enough back to land so that I can kill it as well. See? Yeah, dead. Yay. Alright, what you want to do here is go in this room right here, and we will be reacquainted with an old Zelda enemy. In this case, the red bubble. However, with the Deku Leaf, it's not much of a challenge. Just blow it at him, it will disperse the flame, and just kill him with your sword. And then, of course, you may have noticed that on the wall, it looks like an ice switch. You know, the ones you shoot with a bow and arrow to get a secret or affect a certain portion of the room? Well, we'll get into that later on. Anyway, the only reason for this room at the moment is to get the compass. As you can see, with the compass, it turns out there is another treasure chest that at the moment we cannot get. Alright. Now, what I'm going to do here is there are some Boko sticks right here, and below the staircase, you know, the one that gets covered with water every so often, there are a pair of unlit torches, and as soon as we light them, we will get a treasure chest revealed. Of course, I didn't know what I was doing at the moment. See, it sucks that you cannot roll upstairs without getting, you know, hit. I mean, this dungeon isn't bad. I mean, I think it's kind of cool personally, but there's so many things about this game I wish I didn't have to remember, but unfortunately I do. I mean, the sailing for one, and among other things, and when we get near the end of the game, it's like you kind of wish that the torture would end, but no, not yet. Anyway, by lighting the torches and opening the chest, we will get yet another joy pendant. Joy! Can you feel the joy, everyone? Joy! And at this point, I kind of lost count how many I have because, well, whatever. Anyway, use the small key here, and once in this room, we will face more and more of those stupid, electrifying yellow choo-choos. They can't hurt them, but they can hurt me because they are sparking while in the water. Come on, sink, water, sink! 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 There we go. Alright, time to die, you yellow blobs. And of course, here's the thing. It's one of those situations where you have to kill all the enemies before something happens. Thankfully, I killed the last one before the water level went back up. And in this case, a rainbow staircase forms. So we're gonna have to do we're gonna do the same thing we did in the other room. Take this little statue thingy and take it to the gazebo to essentially trigger some event. And of course, placing this thing here will cause the wall of this statue to close and the walls of the statues on the side to start spewing water. And how does that even work? I mean, I'm assuming that the water that was in the original wall statue's mouth was like responsible for flowing the water back and forth, and I'm assuming the ones that are spewing out water now are pretty much spewing out the exact same amount of water, the same amount of volume, but aren't they about the same size, both of them, as that one that's doing it? I mean, I don't understand how. I don't understand the ratio of this. I'm just going to say the gods did it and move on. Anyway, by pretty much plugging in this wall, we gain access to this next room. Oh, goody. We're making progress, aren't we? Oh my god. Not you. Yes? let's get reacquainted with the Beamos. And just like in past incarnations, it's as annoying as ever. And here's the thing. We cannot just simply throw bombs at them and kablooey. No. You have to wait until it's shooting its laser at you, and only then it will be fully formed, its eyeball, and only then we can blow it up, which means we have to risk getting zapped by the laser in order to kill this thing once and for all. And I initially tried to just ignore it and get the statues over to the switches, but unfortunately I keep getting caught in its laser blast. See? Look at that! As I try to recover, but see? Ugh. Eventually, I had enough, and I decided to just bomb the thing to death. And thankfully, it only takes one. There, dead. And of course, there are rats in the area, and again, they can steal your rupees if given the opportunity, but thankfully, I do not let them get the opportunity. So anyway, place the 2 statues on a switch, and then step on the 3rd switch to activate this elevator platform. And yes, down there, that's a bombless pit, so not recommend falling down. So, come on. Now, the name, Tower of the Gods. Now, the pearls that we placed on the 3 islands to reveal this thing, shouldn't this place actually be called Tower of the Goddesses? Well, I suppose that goddesses is a bit of a mouthful, and God sounds, well, more epic and dynamic. And besides, I'm sure that the 3 goddesses who created Hyrule are not the only form of gods, quote-unquote, but I digress. Anyway, here, when you get to this area, go into the glowing door. Yeah, the one that's glowing. And here, make sure we kill the yellow choo-choo so it won't bug you. And then here we just have to step on this platform going back and forth. This glowy platform, it's all glowy and I like it all its glow. Alright, and as we get to the other side here, there are 2 more yellow choo-choos, so kill them! Dead. Won't bug me anymore. Alright, in this room's get on and cross this rainbow platform. And right here we are introduced to the main gimmick of this place. So we have to call down this statue, and how do we call it? Well, press R and see what happens.
Come on.
What? What the? What? Link? You spoke? He speaks? What kind of sorcery is this? I mean, Link, you're the silent protagonist. You're supposed to be silent. You're supposed to be the link between the player and you. And nothing makes sense anymore. So yeah, anytime you call one of these statues, they will actually follow you to a certain point. And of course, lead this statue over here, and then pick it up and just carry it across to cross the gap, and then go on to the next room. And our goal is to get back into that main room that we pretty much the second main room of this dungeon, and you'll see why in just a moment. Glowy doors, all glowy. Of course, as soon as we enter here, the statue will automatically hop over to this pedestal thingy, and hoppity hoppity hop. Now, as soon as this thing, as soon as the platform it's on rises, something will appear in the middle section. And it looks like a tablet that has a set of Wind Waker command notes. Yeah. And that's pretty much what this thing is. We are going to learn a new melody. So, yeah. Okay, we have just learned the command melody. And I will demonstrate how this works in just a moment. But first, you must make sure that when you perform this melody, push the control stick, the gray control stick, to the left to switch it to 4 for time. Make sure you hold it. Anyway, go through the next glowy door, and what we have to do next is to get the other statues. Yeah, there are 2 more statues we have to get over to this central room. And of course, get rid of the red bubbles because they can be such an annoyance. And yeah, dead. And of course, right here, equip the grappling hook to swing across this pit. And of course, you have to get at a good angle. There we go. Whee! Alright. And of course, we have a gap here. And we have to grapple across here as well. Whee! Alright, let's call the statue and get him to the big room. Now, unfortunately, there's no way we can get the statue across the big gap. But there's a solution. You see that there's a glowy switch right there. And what we have to do is have Link step on the switch. Yes, Link, and not the statue. And by standing on the switch, a rainbow bridge appears. And now we are going to put the command melody to use. And when played, we gain control of the statue. And notice how while Link is controlling the statue, he is glowing green. So yeah. Now while in control of the statue, just get him across the rainbow bridge. And to return control over to Link, just press the R button. Yep, it's that simple. And of course, grapple back across and take him over to the next area. Whee! Alright, and you notice that these statues that we are gathering, they appear to have a different design. Like, one has goat horns, and one has no horns, and one has ram horns. And we have a problem here. There seems to be no way we can get across, well, with the statue at least. We are at a crossroads here, folks. We don't know what to do. Where to go, where to go. La 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 la. Oh no, I am completely in utter shock. Oh, hi, boat. What do you want? Oh, yeah, okay, so, apparently he's saying that if you leave the statue here, he'll be back when you, return. Let's demonstrate this. So, let's pick up the statue here and put it on, this switch right here. I said put the statue on the switch. Come on, you can do it. There we go. So it pretty much unlocks this door, which we can access. And there are 2 ways we can get there. You can either grapple over there or use the Deku Leaf. So when we enter this door, leaving the statue behind, when we return, he'll still be there. So that's convenient. I mean, it would suck to have the statue be all the way back at the beginning. And having to go through all that to get it again, but yeah, that's very convenient. I guess the people who, or the things or creatures who made this tower want this whole test to be fair and square. Anyway, going through this door here, we are introduced to a new, well, not exactly new enemy. Folks, let's get reacquainted with the Dark Nut. Yes, this enemy has been around since the first Zelda game, and it makes its official 3D debut here. And of course, the past 3D Zelda games had an enemy called the Iron Knuckle, which are essentially similar, but I guess they decided to bring back the classic. Anyway, the Dark Nut has this major sword that will cause massive damage to you. And of course, in order to pretty much stop him, in order to pretty much kill him, we need to strip him of his armor. And of course, parry attacks are your friend here. See? Now that his armor's completely off, we can kill him. And Dark Nuts are the ones that carry Night Crest. So when we strip him of all his armor, use the grappling hook to get the Night Crest. So, you may notice here that his sword that he carries, it's strong enough to destroy the pillars around here. And some of them contain hearts and whatnot if you take damage. Of course, when he's disarmed, he resorts to good old karate chop hand-to-hand combat, see? And he kind of looks like this anthropomorphized Doberman, I believe. So, yeah, whatever, he's dead now. And this won't be the last we'll see of the Dark Nut. In fact, very soon, well, in a couple of videos, we will encounter a whole squad of them. So, it's going to be fantastic. Of course, I decided to play around with his sword a bit. And, yep. Alright, that's enough. Let's get the item and get out of here. And what is the dungeon's treasure? Oh goody, we get the bow and arrow. Finally, we can shoot things from a distance. I'm so happy. And I'm going to show you how to shoot things because it's such a relief to have a nice pointy weapon from long range. Of course, again, you gotta be careful when you're aiming. You don't want to spam the arrows. Alright, first thing you want to do here, besides killing the red bubbles, is to shoot the eye switch, which will activate the platforms over here. And now, with that, we will have a way to bring the statue across. And, of course, the statue is still in this room, waiting for me. And, of course, that purple dot on the screen, that's the statue, in case you didn't know. Yeah, so I gotta be careful to make my way back across. Again, you can either use the grappling hook or the Deku Leaf if you feel daring. Come on, I need to get a grappling point sometime. This is ridiculous. Yeah, look, there we go. Swing across. Of course, I could have technically landed on those platforms or overshoot them. So yeah, now that we have a way to get the statue across, we're going to get to that main room, and we will pretty much finish the Tower of the Gods in this next video. Alright folks, see you in part 18.